Hiking Rosni Peak in Albania took about 12 hours return. Starting early morning, we ventured through foggy forests and changing landscapes, where at times you couldn't see much else around you as you powered up the forever incline. A shepherd's wife stood stoically, awaiting his return from the fog. The first, and almost the only sign of life on this trail, was a shepherd and his wife living just above the clouds in a small home surrounded by rolling hills for their animals and veggie patch. They sold us beers and water, with little communication but lots of laughter. The man pointed and said "moo" before waving goodbye and disappearing into the clouds to tend to his cows. Doug, Lou and I had all met for the first time only a couple nights prior in a nearby town, and decided to do this hike together the night before. We continued up the peak. Once we reached a clearing, we decided to stop for a lunch break of sandwiches we prepared early that morning. With a short break in the clouds, we could now see the landscape of Montenegro in front of us, from where we stood in Albania. The views were breathtaking. Celebrating with a beer at the top, we were engulfed by the clouds. It was only at this point did we realize our map's timing had failed us, and we only had about 2 hours left of light to get back down the mountain. With an 1800-meter decline ahead of us, the only stop we made was at the shepherd's house again to hydrate. Pacing through the dark forests on uneven ground, with Doug reassuring that we were nearly there. Once we reached a gravel path, I made the mistake of jogging a few steps to catch up, and that's when my knees gave way. In an instinct to save my camera, I fell flat on the hard decline. It is the only time in my life where I thought, fuck, did I just break my leg? What the hell do you do when you break a leg in the Albanian Alps? I don't know how my travel insurance works. I lay there telling the others I just needed a minute to breathe as I couldn't move. Lou later wrote in her journal about this moment. I quote, "Tough bitch didn't even cry." With the help of 2 friends and walking poles, we continued as we had to get back to town. Passing a graveyard, now in pitch black and walking across big rocks, a huge animal figure appears in front of us, aggressively barking. At first glance, we all thought it was a wolf, and I definitely couldn't have run away if I tried. We moved very slowly with Doug in front, talking calmly to the dog to let us pass. We reached the road and had another kilometer or so filled with more wild dog interactions and horses. At around 8:30 p.m, we arrived disheveled and ate the scraps left from dinner. We had done it.